Alright, hey everybody, and welcome back to Hexiled Gaming. I'm Scott, and I've got a match for you here on Tabletop Simulator of X-Wing 2nd Edition. This time between SpaceCowboy on the left and DeuZerre? I'm going to call him multiple things throughout this cast. Let's start with Zorro on the right here. So, SpaceCowboy flying Vizier in the TIE Reaper, who's carrying Palp. Then we have Redline with advanced sensors, advanced proton torpedoes, and concussion missiles. And then we have Whisper with Juke advanced sensors and Darth Vader. So that's going to be a rough list to get tokens against. Vizier with the jam ability, Darth Vader stripping tokens at the beginning of the engagement phase. It's going to be tough for these rebels to hold on to their tokens, which is going to be particularly bad for Jake Ferrell out here, who really likes to have that focus token. Heyo in the chat. Hey, Mars, how you doing? Redline has advanced proton torpedoes at range 1 and concussion missiles at range 2 to 3, so he's got a flavor for all seasons. Let's take a look at Vizier's ability here. After you fully execute a Speed 1 maneuver using your Adaptive Aileron's ship ability, you may perform a coordinate action. If you do, skip your perform action step. So we'll see how often that comes into play. He's going to need to stay close to these other ships because it is range 1, right? We'll coordinate. We'll see. With Whisper decloaking all over the board, it may not be as easy to coordinate to her, but maybe with Redline. Right now, these Imperials are facing the wrong direction, but we'll probably see hard turns in next turn. Maybe a coordinate, because Vizier will move first, so we could see a 1 Adaptive Aileron with a bank, a coordinate focus, and then a red maneuver here. Alright, so it looks like we have combat here. Whisper shooting into Jake. Where are they rolling dice at? Up here. Alright. Let's go ahead and set up a second camera. Alright. So it looks like no damage going through onto Jake. Jake's going to take a range 3 obstructed shot into Redline. I'm not going to say Death Rain. Looks like Whisper. Hold on here. I think Whisper just cloaked, which she can't do, right? After you perform an attack that hits, gain 1 evade token. After you decloak, at the start of the end phase, you may spend 1 evade token to gain 1 cloak token. Let's make sure they know. All right, so I think he was just getting ready for the end phase. So back to dials we go. It probably just happened fast because there was only 2 ships that could shoot. Whisper shot, Jake shot into Redline. Did he get anything through? No, he did not. Alright, so probably going to see, I mean, there's nowhere to decloak for Whisper except for forward. I wonder if we'll see the bank and then maybe just a 1 forward coordinate and then like a 2 or 3 bank or something. Probably still not going to be able to get into the fight. But this is a palp carrier, so not a big deal. Let Whisper and Redline do your damage dealing. Need to get the rest of these rebels in the fight here. Jake kind of getting out there ahead of everybody. Lucky not to take any shots. He's lucky that these Imperials stayed facing the wrong way. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get bets up. If you're watching live and you'd like to place a bet, exclamation point bet in the chat, then the bet ID, which will be 0 for SpaceCowboy and 1 for DeuZerre. I think I'm gonna have to vote on the rebs here. So I'm gonna type in 1, and then the number of credits, 100 being the max. We've got 2 rebels here with, oh look, Warhammer is hosting a live stream. I should turn off my Steam overlay. So we got 2 crack shots, one from Lieutenant Blount and one from Jake. So these evasive Imperials, well actually there's only one. We've got one single evade Punisher and one single evade Reaper. But that'll help these guys push some shots through on Whisper maybe. We've got Leia on the U-Wing to allow some K-turns, some red maneuvers from 10 Numb. Let's double check on 10 Numb's ability here. While you defend or perform an attack, you may spend 1 stress token to change all of your focus results to evades or hits. So 10 Numb not necessarily wanting Leia Organa to decrease the difficulty of the red maneuvers. Somebody's throwing a disarm token out there. Don't know what that was about, but it looks like we're going to get a decloak from Whisper in the device phase. Gotta remember all my phase names. Looks like Imperial still dialing it in here. Redline's good, but they're gonna figure out Whisper and Vizier. Alright, let's see if we can turn off Steam overlay. Alright. So we got Whisper down, we got Redline down, so what is Vizier gonna do? And there's that dial. Alright. So we'll get the decloak from Whisper. Gonna be forward. We all knew that was coming. There's the Stygium Array evade. Here comes Vizier with the ailerons. 1 bank. Going to coordinate to Redline. Going to take a focus. Now with Redline's ability, you may maintain up to 2 locks. After you perform an action, you may acquire a lock. So technically, he could acquire a target lock here, although he's... he might have... Yeah, he's got Jake in range. So, coordinated focus allows him to do his target lock, which he takes on Jake. Jake's going to go in there super fast, go for the block on Redline. Very spicy maneuver here. Now, Redline does have advanced sensors, and he does have a boost and a red barrel roll, so he could maybe... I don't think he's going to fit a barrel roll in here in a turn. He could try and boost. Here comes Lieutenant Blount with a 1-forward. Not looking forward to... Wait. Did he have range for that? Blount's ability, while you perform a primary attack, if there is at least one other friendly ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender, you may roll 1 additional attack dice. So Jake's definitely in there to help him with that. Bodhi's ability, friendly ships can acquire locks onto objects at range 0 to 3 of any friendly ship. So that's what happened. Bodhi allowed Lieutenant Blount to target lock Redline because Jake Ferrell is in range. So good use of Blount here, or Bodhi Rook. Don't get to see him that often. So 10 Numb moves up in barrel rolls, it looks like. Gives him the stress. And he focused as... or evaded? Oh, because of Jyn Erso, he evaded. So nice little synergy there. See how it works out for him. So let's go over that real quick. He boosted right, and then did a 2-hard turn. So that was his plan, was the 2-hard turn here. Okay. I wonder if staying there and taking the bump would have been better. Maybe not. I mean, a 2-turn in here sets him up nicely for this stuff. Gives him a little bit of rock cover if we see bank maneuvers from these guys. But is going to allow Jake to easily pursue him. Redline is a 5 though, so Jake will have to move first. So we'll probably just see a 1 or 2 here. Or if you get 1 and then boost. Take a look at Advanced Proton. Advanced Proton is still attack target lock. Okay. Not going to be a problem with Redline. Alright, so a 1 hard turn from Whisper. It looks like a barrel roll. Yeah, barrel rolled right and forward. So Darth Vader's going to activate and say, at the start of the engagement phase, you may choose 1 ship in your firing arc at range 0 to 2 and spend 1 force point. If you do, that ship suffers 1 damage unless it chooses to remove 1 green token. So Jake opts to take a damage. We'll go with the 1 guaranteed damage in hopes of staying alive. He's going to have to take 2 shots. So SpaceCowboy rolls 3 blanks. On the attack here from Whisper. So Bodhi's going to shoot. Looks like hit blank. This is on Whisper, range 3. Evade, focus. So we're going to spend the evade token? Alright, so Vizier gonna spend a force point to change one of those die results. Alright, so Jake's gonna take a range 2 shot into Vizier, hit blank. So Vizier looks like blank or gets a focus result. So loses a shield. Alright, Vizier's gonna shoot back. Looks like 1 crit and a focus. Blanks out on the evade. Oh wow. Jake, shield's gone. Oop. Looks like we changed the Alright, so Jake's down 0 shields. Vizier's got 1 shield. Alright, so looks like we're gonna be on still getting overlay. Hold on now. Oh boy. We'll work on this later. I'll say that every time a notification pops up. Alright, so are we back to dials? Yes. Alright, so yeah, Whisper has spent the evade token to recloak. That's why he was using Palp to do the evades on Whisper, because Whisper wanted to keep that evade token to recloak. So I imagine we're going to see Jake turn in here to pursue Redline, but that makes it easy for Vizier. Actually, Vizier can come in here and block with a 1 bank. Maybe even a stop maneuver. All right. Alright, so he can't 1 bank. He could 1 bank and then 1 forward, maybe. He might bump. I'm trying to think if he could jam Jake. Of course, he might even need to worry about it if Whisper can come in here and get arc on Jake, or remove any tokens that he's got. Because at this point, he's got 2 hull left. He's not going to keep a token around and take a damage. Of course, we could see a stop maneuver out of Redline as well. He does have a target lock on Jake, so we could see a 1 bank focus coordinate, then a stop maneuver out of Redline, maybe even a stop out of the Reaper. Well, in that case, you wouldn't want to block because you'd want Jake to come out here and boost in front of you and then stop so that you could take a range 1 advanced proton shot. But because yeah, the problem is if you 1 bank in here to try and stop Jake and he bumps, then he might just have a free shot into Redline. The A-Wing now has sloops, right? I don't quite know the A-Wing dial as well as they should. But, I mean, he could just fit a sloop in here or something. Oh boy, I'm letting my coffee go to waste. Alright. Looks like all the rebels are dialed in. We just need Whisper's dial. Nope, Redline. And Whisper. Still thinking about this one. Imagine we're just going to see some straight maneuvers here out of the rebels. They're kind of contained in here between these two rocks. They know the Imperials are moving this way. We could see a decloak to the right here. And the Phantom now has a one bank, I believe, so maybe a barrel roll back. One maneuver forward. This is a little dangerous, but we could see a 2 forward and a turn, or a 2 forward and a straight to try and come after Jake. Ooh! Every maneuver except the one I said. Okay. Good job. Good moves out of SpaceCowboy. He knows that it's way safer back here. Pursue Jake. Stay at range for these other rebels. Looks like we've got 2 bets on DeuZerre. But maybe we doubted SpaceCowboy too soon. I believe he did tell me that before he was flying his 4 U-Wings, he was an Imperial player, so maybe this is his secret sauce. So looks like Vizier moved forward and coordinated a focus to Whisper, which is good, and just in case Whisper bumps into Jake here. Ooh, there's that spicy 3-bank sloop. Kept wanting to say Talon Roll. That is a sloop. Gonna take a stress. 3 forward out of 10 Numb. Gonna shed the stress. Gonna use afterburners. Now that's something I'm not quite used to yet. So Afterburner says, after you fully execute a speed 3 to 5 maneuver, you may spend 1 charge to perform a boost action, even while stressed. Oh. Uh-oh. Looks like the host dropped. And we're back. So luckily, SpaceCowboy backed up the game before it crashed. So we're able to resume the board state here as if nothing happened. Now, if I had just not said any of that, we could have pieced this together in Premiere as if nothing ever happened. But them's the nature of PC gaming. Alright, so we got the rebels moving up. We had an Afterburners boost from 10 Numb. He spent 1 charge out of 2. So we'll have 1 more time to do that. But that's what we were going over before we were so rudely interrupted. Afterburners, you can do a boost action even while stressed. I believe Bodhi... What did Bodhi do? Oh, he must have done a red coordinate action. So Bodhi coordinated the focus to Numb. And now we are... Alright, Whisper. We're doing advanced sensors on Redline. Going to take a target lock. Yep, on Numb. So I wonder if he did do a nice big 2 maneuver. Ooh, a 4K. Avoids the rock. It's nicely done. He was really expecting Jake to come up here after him. Alright, so... Oh, Jake's gonna take the damage, the auto damage from... Not auto damage, he's gonna choose to take the damage from... Oh, he doesn't have any tokens. That's why. So Jake just takes a damage from Darth Vader. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, Peter in the chat, thanks for joining us. So Jake down to 1 hull. 2 damage over the course of this game from Vader. Let's see, we're missing some rolls here. 3 hits, 2 evades. So that is the final hull of Jake, and this was from Whisper. That's why we see a 4 dice attack. So Jake, unfortunately, unable to get much done, and dies before Blount can take a shot. Alright, so Numb is going to shoot into... Who is he going to shoot into? Hit blank crit. Oh, going to shoot into Redline. So hit crit. Rolls blank focus. Going to spin the focus? Yes, so takes 1 crit on the shields. I was thinking about spending... Probably should have... Well... He's wondering if he should have palped that focus, maybe? He doesn't have any shots, and he's not going to take any more shots, right? Alright, so that should be it for combat. I mean, unless Blount has a downtown shot to Vizier or something. SpaceCowboy roll... What are we doing here? Alright, so Vizier is recloaking, so we're in the end phase. Redline lost... Ooh, boy. Let's fix Redline's shields real quick. So Redline's down to 2. Vizier is on 1. I think that's it. Jake Ferrell is now gone. Peter says, thanks for the stream. 2nd edition is so cool. do you play yourself or only commenting on others? I do play. I'm very bad at the game. Would be cool to see you play and how you think. It makes me sad to see that Imperial players still running Palp. Super boring in my opinion. So I play. I'm not particularly good, and it's generally not as fun to watch players play in the game, because usually I run it without an overlay because it's just more to keep up with, and you just do a lot of this, which isn't super fun to watch. But yeah, I mean, I'll do some more games of me playing. I don't mind players playing Palp. Palp has changed a bit. While another friendly ship defends or performs an attack, you may spend 1 force token to modify one of its dice as though that ship had spent 1 force. So it's only modifying focus now, just like other force points. So it's not quite as strong. You don't have to declare it before an attack or defense, like you did at the end of 1.0. So a little bit stronger in that regard. But I mean, it's just like it's Palpatine just gives a force point to all ships now, so I don't mind it too much. Peter saying, why it's boring is there is no skill to use Palp, as in range or in fire arc, etc. Yeah, but I think you pay for it in points, and you know, only what 2 Imperial ships can carry him. I don't know. I don't mind it too much. Alright, so it looks like we are done with the Imperial dials, and looks like all the Rebel dials are down too, so we're going to see a decloak from Whisper maybe, and if she does, it's going to be to the right. Can't go forward or backwards. So maybe right and a 1 turn, maybe right and a K turn. That is a tough call there for Whisper. All right. What are we waiting on here? I think all the ships are dialed in here. We got 3 for the Imperials, and over on the right, we've got 3 for the Rebels. Here comes the decloak from Whisper. The only way it could go. We'll see how that positioning works, because unless there's a K turn that could fit in here, we're going to have to see a turn and maybe a barrel roll. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of good options here. It might have been better to just remain cloaked. Oh, tries to do the coordinate to Whisper, fails it. Does a 1 sloop. Now that's a question. If you coordinate, do you check your range 1 to all ships to see who you can coordinate to, or do you have to declare the target of your coordinate, and if you can't reach that ship, you fail it? Because he could have gotten Redline. You're saying running Redline is cool though. Been thinking of bringing 2 bombers myself. I think I've seen a 4 bomber list. They were all carrying proximity mines. That was pretty mean. Oh, he couldn't coordinate to Redline anyway because he's stressed. So never mind. So Numb gonna move the target lock over to Whisper. Numb does have advanced proton torps. So I wonder if we see a 2 forward, remove the stress, coordinate a focus. Yep, there is the focus from the coordinate. Oh, and then he did a linked action. Oh boy, I'm pressing the wrong button. He did the linked action for the B-Wing, which is focus into a barrel roll. Very spicy. Need to make a spicy emote. Here's the 4 forward from Lieutenant Blount. Probably pretty good positioning there. They're kind of vulnerable to a like a 1 bank or something out of the Punisher. Takes a focus. Oh, and the focus turned into an evade thanks to Jin on 10 Numb. I might have gone for the focus to mod your shots here. Yep, there's the 1 bank out of Redline. Looking to barrel roll backwards. Gets out of the B-Wing's arc, it looks like. And the barrel roll gives him a target lock. So after you perform an attack, this is important to note. After you perform an attack, you may acquire a lock. So that does not take a lock action, which is why he can do it while stressed, I assume. Did he just take back his barrel roll and then do it again? I don't know. Oh, he's undoing it. Maybe he's just showing what would have happened? I don't know. So he barrel rolls, takes a target lock onto Bodhi Rook. So he's probably looking to use his concussion missile. So let's read up on that real quick. Spend 1 charge. After this attack hits, each ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender exposes one of its damage cards. Now, no ships at 0 to 1 have any damage cards, so unless some damage gets pushed through by Whisper, we won't see any of the concussion ability. Alright, so Whisper is going to attempt to strip. I think you would do the Z, right? And I mean, I guess unless he's hoping to yeah, I guess he's going to take the... So the question is, do you make the B easier to hit by taking the evade, or do you make the Z less likely to hit Whisper? Yeah, you probably did the right call. There's only 1 evade in here for 10 Numb anyway, so... Hit blank, hit from Whisper. Go up here and watch this. 1 focus result on 10 Numb, so he's going to spend the stress to make that an evade, and he's going to take 2. So... I assume. I haven't seen 10 Numb take any shields off. Alright, maybe not. so it looks like one hit from Redline. Thinking about spinning that target lock. And he's going to do it. And he gets the same results. Blank focus. Is he going to spin Palp? He sure is. And blanks out on the evade. Probably going to spin the token to take 1 damage. So I don't know what happened with that range 1 Whisper Shot. It doesn't look like Numb took any damage from it. Oh boy. 1 crit, 1 evade. Alright, here comes Blount. Focus, hit, crit. This is Blount into Whisper. Whisper is not cloaked, so 1 evade. The crit goes through. Oh, he's going to spend his evade token. So hit crit does not go through, but oh, he's got 2 evade tokens on Whisper. Oh, 1 from Whisper's ability, right? Blanks out on the U-wing here. So Whisper's going to spend that evade token and recloak. I was going to ask them if Whisper hit Numb at all, but alright, so dialing it in here. I don't know which... can Whisper fit in a decloak here? Just confirming here the shield value on Numb. Alright, here we go. Fixing the, Alright, so Numb is down to 1 shield. I think DeuZerre over here just forgot to flip over the shield tokens. No problem. Alright, so... no ailerons out of Vizier. Probably just going to see a 1 bank to relieve that stress. We'll be moving before 10 Numb. I don't think this is a time for a K turn. I don't really know where Whisper can go here. She might be able to fit in a right decloak. Forward's not going to work. Maybe she'll just stay cloaked. I don't think we've seen Leia used yet, right? Maybe Leia is pretty much just here to help the U-Wing turn around. What just happened? Whisper performed an undo. Okay. Alright. Maybe that was to get the cloak token back or something. Oh, the forward does fit. Man, I'm terrible at this game. Nicely done here. Gets the evade token from Stygium Array. Here's the 1 bank out of Vizier. Probably has range 1 to Whisper, unless Vizier wants to actually use the action for himself. Might be a good time for an evade. Unless he just wants to tank it. Give up somebody else some offensive mods. I mean, probably see a 1 forward out of Redline with an advanced sensor. I mean, maybe even a stop maneuver with an advanced sensor focus, which will give him a target lock. So, not. I mean, unless he has some crazy plans, there's no real reason to. To give a coordinate to Redline. So he barrel rolls. He coordinates a barrel roll to Whisper here. Okay, so he had to use the red coordinate action on his action bar because his pilot ability only works on ailerons maneuvers. So we see 10 Numb with a 3 bank. Nicely done. Gets in here at range 1 of Vizier, but is well, Whisper hasn't moved yet, so could be a nice block on Whisper here. Goes for the Afterburners boost. Feels comfortable in the fact that Whisper is not going to do... Ooh, wow. What just happened? So, Whisper... 10 Numb moved in, did a red maneuver. Oh, he spent Leia. So he did a red maneuver, which was white, thanks to Leia. He focused, linked action, barrel rolled, which gives him a good position to block, gives him the mods, stresses him for the pilot ability. So nicely done there. Here's a 1 bank from the U-Wing. Let's get that out of there. We had a bump out of Lieutenant Blount, who did a blue 3 bank, thanks to Leia, but bumped, so no action there. 1 bank out of Bodhi, so he's going to take a target lock onto Whisper. Alright, so Redline doing a 1 forward. Nicely done. Could see probably gonna do an advanced proton shot, right? Focus target lock. He's got the dream shot into Bodhi Rook. He's already got the target lock on the U-Wing, so he's going to take a free one on Lieutenant Blount. So Whisper is going to advance sensor focus and try to fit in a 4. Oh, look at that 4K! Wow! All the blocking in the world. I couldn't stop Whisper with a range 1 shot into the B-Wing. Wow. And he's going to probably token strip that focus. It won't matter too much because Numb will have a defensive mod from the stress. It'll just, it might help him, might help Whisper not have to take a modded range 1 shot from Numb. We do have Juke online though. Juke's not going to matter too much here, unless Numb rolls a natty. So here comes the 4 ice attack from Whisper. Blank, focus, focus, focus. Gonna spin that focus token to make 3 hits. We'll get 1 dice from ooh, there's a natural evade, so he's gonna juke that. I assume he's gonna juke it. Maybe not. Did he Vader? Alright, so Numb loses a shield. And takes... how many damage cards is that? 1 damage card? Alright, so we're going to get Advanced Proton Torps from Redline into the U-Wing. Let's go up there and see this shot. It should be a 5 dice attack, I believe. So hit, hit, hit. 1 turns into a crit. This is on the U-Wing, so it'll be 2 dice. 1 evade. So 3 go through, and that's all the shields on Bodhi. Alright, so let's show that. So the U-Wing's going to shoot into Vizier. 3v1. 2 hits. Range 2, so it'll be 1 dice from the Reaper. Alright, 1 natural evade from the Reaper. So it looks like one shield. That's the last shield on the Reaper. Let's look up here. Looks like hit. This is from Blount. Yep, range 1. And he is range 1 of another ship, so that's why he gets to add 1. Oh no, he was trying to say that since he's range 1, he gets to add a dice, but it's one other ship. So he had to reroll 1 hit. Here comes the roll from Vizier. Oh, you can't see that. Let me try and zoom out so that we can actually see everything that's going on here. There we go. So Vizier took 1 damage card there. Down to 5 hull. SpaceCowboy saying that's filthy. Looks like we have a 5 dice attack thanks to advanced proton torps, marksmanship, fire control system. So it looks like hit, crit on Whisper. 2 dice are going to be the roll for Whisper. She gets 1 focus, so probably see a force point spent, and then the evade token spent. So she's going to take the 2 crits. So that is the 2 shields. Alright, range 2. So this is range 2 into Lieutenant Blount. Looks like 1 hit, 1 evade. Alright. Alright, so we're at the end of combat. Whisper's going to recloak. That was kind of the dream shot from the B-Wing here. Range 1, advanced proton torps, 5 dice with marksmanship. So he could change 1 of his hits into a crit. Fire control system, because he did have a target lock on there. He had to use advanced proton torps. And then he used his stress as a mod. So had the dream shot, still couldn't push all that damage through, which is crazy because, you know, he rolled 5 dice and Whisper only had 2. But because of Palp and the evade token, was able to get 2 evades, and there were only 2 other hits that went through, so all in the shield. Alright, so SpaceCowboy is going to be AFK for a second. Leia's got 1 charge back, so won't be seeing any crazy red maneuvers this round. Numb did spend the stress token, so could do another K turn here. Redline's facing the other direction. So we could see a like a 4K. I'm not sure what the red maneuvers on the Punisher are, but he should fit in there. Vizier's still stressed, so no ailerons here. Probably gonna see another one bank here, maybe a jam. I wonder if we would see a stop maneuver out of the U-wing. Not sure which way he'd want it. Maybe he could stop here and face up the board. I really like this Redline build. He's got munitions for all ranges, especially with the ability to focus and target lock in the same action, and with advanced sensors being able to do that before you do a stop maneuver. That's really cool. Alright, so you see a K here, one bank here. Which way does Whisper decloak? Probably gonna have to go left and forward. Could go forward. It's pretty close to that rock, but could probably make it. 2 forward, maybe another 4K? Who's to say? Alright, looks like all the dials are down except for the U-wing. Alright, here's the system phase. I'm going to decloak. You're going to decloak right. Oh! I am terrible at calling this. So decloak's right. Could be a good position here. DeuZerre saying, "Oh, come on." He did not see that fitting as well. Alright, here comes Vizier. Are we going to see that one bank? Yep, here's the one bank. Doesn't look like it bumps. Nope. So, is he going to jam? He could maybe coordinate to Redline. Ooh, goes for the focus. Wow, okay. Is that the first token that Reaper has taken all game? Yep, here's the stop maneuver. So he's gonna stay facing forward. Oh no! So we see a board flip there. The Z flew off the board. I don't think I've ever seen a board flip live on stream. So there you go. That's Tabletop Simulator for you.